Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am so excited about today's video. Again, I'm Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in very sunny, very warm and beautiful Frederick, Colorado. And as usual, I like to start my RV videos from the inside out. So Jody, please go ahead and take her on back. If anyone who is tuning in right now to watch this video is confused, I don't blame you. This coach is pretty fantastic. This is a 2021 Newmar Ventana 4369. And you know what? If you can't tell if it's new or used, you're not the only one. This is week number 2 of me coming to you live with a fantastic opportunity to get into a Ventana, a Dutch Star, any of these great products that we have coming in that are in such great condition. So as usual, I like to talk about the inside out because it's the most important feature for me of the coach. If I don't like the way it looks, I'm not going to go ahead and look at the outside. But this is one of the things that people just love. Absolutely love this huge shower with a teak bench. And then as you can see, we have the Aquamizer water system. So that's going to allow you to recycle your water when you're in a situation where you may be boondocking and you need to preheat your water. Also, you'll note that we have our egress door here in the back and this wonderful closet with all of the shelves. And as you saw, I started with it open because it's just got so much hanging space. And as you can see, these are all adjustable shelves. So if you wanted to remove these 2 shelves or just position them lower on the shelves, you could and have full hanging space all the way across, as well as room for all of your shoe boxes. And then here as well, you'll notice that we have our safe. And I don't think that they ever even put anything in there. So all of your diamonds, all of your money, all of your guns, you can put fresh and safe in this unused safe. And then of course on the other side over here, we do have great shelving as well. And Jody's pointing above, he's like, Katie, what about the lights? What about the lights? Well, I'll tell you what, one of the reasons I didn't start with the lights on today is because I wanted to show what nice illumination you have, how much brightness you have in this coach without turning the lights on. So this has got a lot of daylight because of your egress door, which is of course an emergency safety system where you can either evacuate your laundry or evacuate yourselves depending on the situation. But then when you are looking to get ready in the morning, we've got a few different options. So I can just turn on these vanity lights, so a nice soft light. I have this coach, so I have a Superstar, but it is this Ventana decor. It's the Bermuda glazed maple trim, and it also has the same types of finishes throughout. So I really like the lighting in my coach, and I wanted to make sure to show that off. Another thing I really like about this coach is the glass backsplash. I think that this aluminum surrounded glass backsplash with the subway tiles is super classy. You've got a ton of room in here. Little cues like this tell you that there is somebody who's been in here before because they've got these like great little trash cans. And like I took out some house plants earlier, but they've got everything, you know, it's just so tidy. This coach really does not look like it's ever been used. Super, super clean. And then again, just tons of storage in this 4369. And this is one of the things that makes this coach so popular. Now I've just turned on your ceiling lights. So you do have LED ceiling lights in your soft touch ceiling as well. Another huge medicine cabinet here as well. And then this coach does have the optional stackable washer and dryer. So this is the Splendide washer and dryer. And I use Tide Pods in this. You can really use whatever you like. As you can see, there's a ton of settings. And something I've taken to doing that I really like a lot is I actually dry my towels after every shower, and it keeps them from being musty, which is pretty cool. Now as we enter into this master bedroom area, another thing that I've done is I've not turned lights on again. I only have on this really cool accent light. And the reason I did that is because I love the way my bedroom looks at night when I come in and I just got this nice soft glow. Plenty of illumination when you're getting up and ready to go in the morning. The mirrored, this mirror headboard, I can't tell you how handy it is when I'm getting ready, got my earrings on, I can look over and I've actually got a place to check and see how cute I look. Of course, when you're going out hiking, you always want to have, you know, the right baubles. Can't be too fancy, have to be just right, little sporty, super fun there. And in 2021, this is the year that they introduced not just the KIB switches, but the all-off switch on this overhead touchpad. Now in 2023, we went to that centralized lighting configuration. I'll tell you what, the all lights off feature in this coach is really important. It definitely helps you be able to turn all your lights off. I guess that's kind of obvious. But no, seriously, when you're going to bed at night and you want to just turn everything off and just go to sleep, that's the way to do it. Okay, so nice wardrobe storage here, of course. Again, this is the 4369. This is such a popular floor plan. We carry this throughout our Dutch Star and Ventana lines. I just did a 4369 video last week on a 2014 Dutch Star. So we've been making this floor plan for a long time. Some of the improvements, of course, is going to be the larger shower that you saw in the back. Another thing I think that's really nice though about this coach is this little window right here that does open, giving you the cross ventilation from either side of the window, and then here you can go ahead and put this in place and it will let all the fresh air in, and of course it keeps the bugs out. It also acts as an emergency exit if you can't make it back to that egress door. And then we do have day and night shades, both by MCD Power Shades. As you can see, those are working great. Also big drawer storage. And for those of you that are wondering what the difference is between the Ventana and the Dutch Star, there's a few little nuances, but one of the main features is going to be that you've got carpet here on this full wall slide. So if you see here, this slide all the way from the front to the rear is a carpeted slide. So this has got really big room inside of it because of this whole wall. But this is not a hydraulically adjustable slide, it's electric. So something if you're looking from a maintenance perspective long term, that you wouldn't have to worry about as much. It's a little easier to own and operate. But you know, like I said, very popular floor plan. And as you can see, in 2022, they went to this extended door where you could get out. These are still a little harder to get into. Just some things to note when you're doing your shopping. And then underneath here, you'll see we have, in like new condition, our extra chairs and our two leaf extensions, giving you an extra 22 inches of sitting space around your table. Also, you've got your 110 outlets and your USB ports with storage underneath, both for your water bottles, your sultry novels, and then maybe a CPAP machine. Or I've seen people who keep plastic bins with hiking boots in them, things along those lines. And then of course we still have all of our beautiful Amish made solid maple cabinetry throughout, so nice closing, solid doors giving you lots of privacy if you've got company. This is your fantastic fan control. You've got one here, one in the rear bath, and one above the kitchen. And of course the 4369 is a bath and a half model. Another one of these bisque colored Dometic porcelain toilets. Lots of room in this bathroom. For those of you that are concerned, when this door is shut, it pivots. So you can kind of see how that works. And you have a ton of knee space and a ton of room in here. There's also a really long cabinet. And last week we couldn't show you this cabinet either. So maybe, Jody, do you want to come in and I'll open the cabinet and then you can show them the cabinet? Since we've never really been able to iron out how to show all of this storage, but it's such a big storage area. And then if I close that, you can kind of see how much knee room you have here. I'll close it all the way. There you go, Jody. Now we just lock him in there and the video's done. Just kidding. He always acts like he's laughing at me, but I don't think he really thinks I'm funny sometimes. Plenty of cabinet space once again for your company. And then as you can see, if you would like your toilet paper or your toilet treatments, they've got a lot of leftover stuff. I also left the security kit that they put for the roadside inside of one of the bottom steps. I mean, this is just all good stuff to have and you don't have to pay for it, so it's kind of nice. Of course, one of the best features of the 4369 is this pantry. And again, super tidy, push to release drawers, again, another feature of 2021, solid maple cabinetry. that same Whirlpool refrigerator that we're still using today. This is going to give you a 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator with a really nice meat and cheese drawer, and then fresh fruits and vegetables, another little free knick-knack to keep stuff in, the Prosecco shelf. I just went to the Newmar Country Club rally, and I was sitting out in the grass drinking my Prosecco, and I thought, well, at least everyone who watches my videos knows that I really like to drink Prosecco, because when we were sitting out on the lawn watching the music, I was like, well, I guess I'm staying true to form. One thing I want to make sure I mention to you, oh, look, we have ice. We don't usually have ice in our videos. It's kind of nice. Don't worry, we'll wash that out for you before you take delivery, but as you can see, ice maker, plenty of deep storage. But this coach does not smell weird. I talk about that in a lot of my videos because some coaches smell weird. Some coaches smell like really heavy perfume. Some coaches smell musty. Some coaches just are gross. This is a nice, clean, like I said, in very much new condition type of RV. I'm gonna go ahead and close this bedroom slide up so that we can see. This is gonna be Chateau exterior and interior decor. So the Chateau graphics are really, really nice on the outside. I wanna make sure we can see those. But also I wanted to show you how to clean these little mirrored areas. So one of my favorite details in my RV is actually what I'm going to show you right now. I love the Fendi, or someone said it was Mandarin, so I kind of have a propensity like things that are Mandarin, so maybe that's what it is. But you can just take these off, and they're so easy to clean when they're off. And then you just wipe down the surface in the back, and then you can put them back on. Now, of course, I didn't do that in advance of the video, which means they're just that clean. Again, this coach is really pretty immaculate. If you're going to buy a coach from anybody, this is probably the person you want to get it from. It was sold here new as well. And talk about space here in your kitchen. And there's that number for the country club. I've got to tell you, if ever you wanted to know a lot about RVing and you wanted to meet people who are on the same page as you, take a look at this. So here's the AT&T password, the Newmar public password. That's, I mean, you can tell these are very organized, very tidy people. We'll probably have to reset all of those, but it just goes to show, you know, the type of ownership. But anyway, back to the country club. What a cool thing. You know, when I went there, I thought I was going to be, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, I love this. Somebody has installed a holder so all your spices stay in place. I didn't see that before the video. That's pretty cool. So convection and microwave oven, again, just super clean. Doesn't look like anything's really been used. I can tell they've used the cooktop a little bit. There's a few slices here in the cutting board. Of course, these are the reversible cutting boards that, you know, you could use as a covers. And then this is that removable cooktop that you could take outside and actually use on your picnic table. So I do make my bacon and my French toast oftentimes outside on a picnic table, so that's kind of nice to be able to take outside. And also, this is a great way to have a coach where you could have littles making you breakfast without worrying about them catching your coach on fire, which is always a bonus. Nice undermount sinks here, so stainless steel dual basin, same exact ones that I have. We usually have a soapy water side and then a rinse side, and then of course this really cool, again, glass subway tile in the back, scrubby drawer, tons of space underneath, an extra trash can, all the filters, and then the Jello shot drawer because everyone needs Jello shots. And then hydronic heat registers throughout the coach. For those of you who aren't familiar with what hydronic heat is, hydronic heat, holy mackerel, take a look, all the remotes. These are for your lockable and unlockable baggage control doors. This is not a remote, this is the Recover system. Recover is something that we offer if you leave your coach stored in a storage lot, or if you leave it unattended for periods of time. This little guy here would be very handy. It's actually just an app on your phone. You're the only person who has access to it. Even Recover can't tell you where your coach is, but if it starts to move, it'll send you a text notification and let you know that you might want to start tracking your coach and call the police if it's not supposed to be moving. But anyway, all the remotes, like I said, everything is just like so tidy. But so back to this country club experience I had. when I went there, I thought for sure, you know, we would be all camping together. But what it really was all the Newmar owners coming together, getting things fixed, having seminars. It was so enlightening. There was focus groups on things that they would change in future products, things that they like to see, things that they didn't like. I mean, it was just such an enlightening experience. If you haven't considered the Newmar Country Club as one of the reasons to buy a Newmar, you really should. Here's those original microwave oven and convection oven products that were in there at the time of purchase. And then, like I said, I mean, maybe they just used it to drive around and they didn't actually camp in it. I can't really tell. As you can see here, you've got your big 50-inch huge televator on a stand that pops up, giving you all of that nice screen viewing area. Now, this is a smart TV, as is the 43-inch in the front. So 50, 43, another 43 in the bedroom, and another one outside. All of these are smart TVs. So in this coach, they have the Wi-Fi system. I would probably say, I know that this has DirecTV. I was just playing around with the TV remotes earlier. I would encourage you, you could definitely put on a Cradle Point, or you could put on a Starlink system to this, and then you could just stream into this television if you don't watch DirecTV. If you're a sports guy, though, I know that that's how you see the Avs and the Nuggets and all of our local sports team is on DirecTV. So this is already set up that way. We could also convert it over to Dish if that would be your preference. Another thing to mention about this coach that I really love, all of the hidden registers in this RV. So your centralized ductwork for your air conditioning. You have three 15,000 BTU air conditioners on this coach with heat pumps. Last week when we did that 14 Dutch Star, they only had 13,500 BTU ACs. And this is a nice feature. So having these higher powered ACs, it's really cool in here. When I first got over here this morning for our video, Dean did a 2025 Mountain Air video right before this one, and we didn't have very long to get this coach cooled off and staged, and it's already nice and chilly in here. This would be a very comfortable place to spend the week if you were out camping. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these KIB switches. One of the nice things is that you can always see them, but you can dim them. And you can also turn them all the way off. So you can see right there, you can actually turn them all the way off. And then as you can see, they're really easy to find, and they're really easy to use. I have the same setup in my coach. Is it worth spending all of the money to get a 2023 that has the centralized system? No. I'm not trading my RV in for it, but is it nice? Yeah. It's something that you have to consider when you're looking at these vehicles. Differences between 21s and 22s. On that note, what I did to prepare for this video, and what I do when I prepare for any of my clients really, is I have a sprint out and a schematic of all the things that are offered by Freightliner on this coach. And it's nice to see. So not only do we have the original list that has, you know, all of the features that are on it, we also have this here, which is going to show you your length is 43 feet 10 inches, your width is 101, your height's 13 feet 1, your interior width is 95.5, your height is 83 inches. That's so tall inside here. So all you tall guys could just walk around feeling very comfortable. And you've got a 75-gallon gray tank, a 55-gallon sewage tank, and a 105-gallon water tank. And there's no propane on this coach because this is using that Oasis. And this is the Oasis system again with that hydronic heat, which is pushing heat out of those registers. It's actually got a boiler that is heating up a tube, a boiler full of hot liquid that's pushing it through a tube, and it's going underneath the coach and then pushing warm air into the coach over in those registers to your coach. So really effective way to warm your coach in all the weather conditions. So this is interesting. I haven't dealt with one of these for a little while. You just got to remember not to lose your Huji widget, your little tether there, because if you do, it doesn't unlatch. But what's nice about this is the inflatable air mattress. I don't even, here, Jody, you want to come take a look at this way? I'm not going to pull it down. This is the inflatable air mattress, extendable bed. This has never been taken out. So these, like I said, this coach is so pristine. But if you do have family members, especially people like maybe your mom or some in-laws potentially that want to have a little softer, a little more consistent feel on their mattress. This is that inflatable air mattress. Now, of course, we just put a memory foam there. I guess it's up for debate. Some people like the ease of use, but a lot of people do like that consistency that you get by having an in-place air mattress. Another nice feature about this coach are going to be the recliners in this coach. So when they moved to the new recliner system, they got rid of the handles. These little handles. They put a little latch release here. I like a good old-fashioned recliner with handles, but dang. After a nice long hike and a margarita, what a place for a siesta. It's such a flat back, but what I like about this is it locks. So I like these recliners better than the newer versions. Also, take a look at how much storage is in here. All the DVDs, all the Blu-rays, and then your cup holders. And what's nice about this, of course, setup is that you can put your chips and salsa, you can put in a charcuterie plate, whatever it is, without having to worry about it tipping. And then you have all of your lighting control right here. And then keep in mind, when you are going down the road, so when these coaches come to us, so in other words, when we are transporting them from Napanee to Frederick, oh, there's some 110 outlets if you want to show those back there, Jody. The way that they ship these RVs is very simply with them facing in. And the reason that we do this is because you get so much more walking room. So I'm going to show it to you both ways today. We're going to put one all the way against here. Now, if you happen to have a nice fine furry friend, especially a feline, she would probably love it in there. But those of you who stow them in are going to give you a lot more walking room. And then here we talked about this briefly, but this is that extendable dinette. It has this little magnetic hook up here, so you just tap it down like this, and that gives you that extra buoyancy or stability that you need, so you can have definitely 6 people around this table. This could be 6 very easily, very comfortable, and then once again, just like there's like no crumbs underneath here. I doubt they ever had a really big dinner party. Oh, look at this. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, this is all of your refrigeration essentials. These are all just little books on how to use things. Like I said, there was no reason to, take out your koozies. Look at those little KOA koozies. How nice is that? And then you've got some of this liner. This is what I would put in my refrigerator or underneath my plates, or even between them if you've got those plastic ones that you can get at Walmart. But so such a nice setup. You could tell, just really clean, very organized folks. All your original manuals. And then the storage underneath, again, just super tidy. This does have a latch here. Just so you know, there's some that do, some that don't, but this one does have a latch. And so plenty of room. I would keep all my plates underneath here. In our Verona, we actually had, my daughter was in school during COVID. Oh, there's a little oopsie here on this leather couch. This is something, it looks like someone's belt might have gotten caught, but we can have that addressed for you. But like I said, just when that's all you can find on a used vehicle, what a cool feature. Just so clean. And this Villa furniture has got such a nice handle to it for synthetic. It's really easy to keep clean too. So let's go ahead and bring these slides in. And I just want to show you this walking room because I think that this is a really important aspect of this coach. This is definitely an RV that you could use full time. This has got the kind of room that somebody that wanted to stay out for 5 or 6 months or even permanently could really get away with. There's plenty of storage space in here. Such a comfortable floor plan. And honestly, the 4369 was like the uniform at the country club. Everybody had one because it's such a good floor plan. So there we go, nice locking slide. Take a look though at the difference between the walking room here versus here. So like I said, just a little trick, something to note Not everyone, you know, would care about this walking room, but if you are in motion a lot and you want to have ease of getting back and forth, this gives you a ton of extra room. And then I don't think we covered up above here. I do want to just open these up for people who are looking to buy these coaches. Of course, I do a little more of an in-depth video than some of my compatriots because of the fact that I figure if you're actually looking to buy this coach, you want to see all the stuff. This is a direct TV receiver. We will actually send this back to the factory for the client so that they can get a refund on that core unit. You'll have to provide your own, but there was no reason to take it out, and it's kind of nice to see what that would look like if you wanted to have direct TV. And then also the Sony Blu-ray player, they stopped putting those in coaches in 2022, and of course this is a 2021. The Bose sound system is part of your surround sound for your TV. But like I said, really important to kind of just see a little more shallow storage here because of the wiring that's underneath. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the construction of these vehicles, the reason that this window is so big and so sturdy is because we use aluminum C-channel construction. It's such a cool feature, lightweight, durable, and because there's holes about every other inch or so, so maybe about this big, and then a space, and then another hole. You can actually run all of your wires through there. You can get a lot of different things going on through the subwalls of the coach. But these windows are actually, they're welded into the subframe of this coach. They're not floating in foam. And in fact, this coach doesn't have foam, you know, melted on or adhered to in terms of its insulative properties. It's actually 16-inch on-center framing with batt insulation, and all of your windows are actually welded into that space. Even your safe is welded into that rear wall. So when you go to Newmar and you watch how they're making your, you know, aluminum trusses, when you're watching how they're insulating your ceiling, your walls, when you watch how these Amish guys are just so genuinely kind and nice. I think there was 60 of them at the Country Club International Rally that were literally like coming out and fixing everyone's coaches on little golf carts. We had our Transwest truck there doing services. I mean, but like 60 of these like families out there from Indiana and from Napanee servicing coaches. But what was really cool is that when we did the whitewater rafting trip, they all came out and they were wearing like all of their traditional Amish garb, getting ready to go whitewater rafting, you know, down the Arkansas River in Pueblo. So it's just a really cool community that actually assembles and builds this coach, and they care. I mean, they're willing to leave home to come out to different locations across the United States to make sure that your coach is up and running the way it's supposed to. And I got to tell you, there aren't any other manufacturers that are doing it to the level that Newmar is. It's a really, really impressive support system for their client base. And if that is important to you, it's absolutely one of the reasons that people choose to buy a Newmar. When you know the difference, you know that Newmar is building not only a better coach, but a better coaching community. So very cool stuff there. Let's go ahead and trade places. Now, of course, nice comfy chairs up front here. Let's go ahead and start her up. You'll note that one of the things that changed a little bit about this is we've got the Rand McAnally nav system. This is before the nav and go. Still a nice digital glass dash. One of the things that they changed with this is they made it a little bit easier to see. For instance, you can't see where your def is, you know, in terms of how much you need, but you can see a lot of your PSI and such. So they did upgrade this dash in 2023, but you still have a lot of the cool features like having your menu control here. So you can still go through, see your fuel economy, set up your vehicle configuration, do your diagnostics, all of that here. And you can still answer your phone and turn up your volume, all of those things with this feature. And then this little guy here, when you push your menu here, it shows you your different gauges. So you can actually go here, oops, and change all of the things that you're seeing here. So if you have a different gauge you like to have it show, you could have it show your RPMs, the distance to empty. So still a very cool dash, maybe not quite as cool as the future dash where you can see the def just down below here, easier to read, but not a big deal. Also, you'll note that we have our stock control for our Allison transmission, very much the same as before, and now we're off. and now we're on. So single setting, but this is on that 8.9 liter ISL. So this is definitely the big engine brake. Also, we've got headlights and fog lights here, dome lights, battery boost, power mirrors, nice little phone holder bobber thing, a little horn or big horn depending on which one you have set. Chrome convex mirrors, very easy to see. Nice shades here, as you can see as well, and then your equalizer leveling system as well. So very cool there. And then when we go here into our menu, you'll see with our camera system, we do have the 360 camera on this coach. So even though the system changed, they still have all of these important features. And honestly, I was never a really big fan of the 360 camera for an RV before. But after going to a really tight campground in San Diego, I found that this is good, not for backing up, because for backing up I use my mirrors and I use my rear view camera. I just need the two things. But for the front of my coach, not running into water lines and picnic tables and trees, it was actually very handy to see out in front of the nose of the coach when I was going in reversed. And I think Joe Snyder told me that 90% of coach accidents happen in reverse, which I totally believe. This coach has 12,963.6 miles on it. Again, 12,963.6 miles. So super low miles for a 2021, but not so low that it's suspicious. This coach, I guess, you know, you can't see it throughout the interior, but it must have been used because it's got a few miles on it. Again, super tidy, nice clean area, all the extra keys. I don't know what these are for. He's got all these security systems, like extra things that he's got. In fact, here, I'll just show you one right now because I thought this was kind of funny. I always talk about when you're in these coaches that you have a place to keep dog food and then a place to keep your bowls and your leashes. But I mean, he's got all these like cool safety systems. So definitely a very well prepared person. And now that I'm out of the way, Jody, if you could just show that you got a 6-way power seat, and then also that is a full recliner as well, and armrests on both sides. I also really like the dash vents in these Ventanas because you can aim them at you so that they really get that cool air going at you if you're going through a hot desert climate. Another nice feature that we don't have starting in 2025, very sad to say, and we brought it up at the focus groups. We'd like to still have this be an optional feature, but they've taken away our desk. And I love this desk because if you ever had a sandwich while you're driving down the road, or you're just having your iPad in front of you, all of those things are so convenient with the desk. The wireless charging docks are very handy. Let's see if I turn it around. My phone usually works on these little guys. So this is a great place to be able to charge your phone, but keep in mind you also have your 110s and your USBs out here as well as your centralized lighting control. And then also your locking and unlocking baggage doors is an option on this coach. So when you would see it said stainless steel baggage doors with locks, with power locks, that's because you can lock them here or unlock them. I'll go ahead and unlock those now. You can also use a key fob, or you can also use your keypad. So this keypad is not just a doorbell. Do you hear that? It's not as good as the 2014 doorbell was. But you can also use this to lock and unlock not only all of your doors, but also all of your baggage doors. So that's a cool feature. I'm gonna go turn the engine off just so we don't have so much noise. And then I'm gonna go up here into our tank control. Jody, we didn't cover this. You wanna pop in real quick just so I could show this real quick? Again, we were talking earlier about how organized this gentleman was. Slide outs, exterior lights and steps, tanks and HVAC controls, battery charger inverter controls, furnace hot water controls, central monitor panel, main awning controls, door awning. I mean, everything is so clearly labeled. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn off our HVAC system first. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the living room and the bedroom and the kitchen, just so that we're not operating those before I turn the generator off. So always just turn those guys off first. Then power down your generator. Very good idea to do in that order so you don't do any damage. And as you can see, nice handle on the way out. Good steps. Another handle here. These are going to be one of the reasons your coach drives so nicely. These are 315s, so these are big R22 315s. That wider track, of course, is going to give you better handling. The Alcoa is going to give you less reverberation, quieter ride going down the road. And then again, these big sidewalls are really just absorbing so much impact on your coach. And when you pair that, you know, beefy tire with your Star Foundation, you want to just show over there on the left-hand side. He's got all sorts of stuff strapped underneath here. Don't worry, folks. If we take it out, you can ask for it back, but what that is that's actually a step extender. So that's, that little guy on the left is actually a step extender, but it's attached to the Star Foundation. And that Star Foundation is what gives this coach such a nice amount of prowess going down the road, such a nice, soft drive. Now, we do have 100-gallon fuel tanks. There are dual fill on the Ventana. And again, I think that it was really easy to get dressed today for this exterior. Of course, what would you expect other than a burgundy from the Chateau paint scheme? But so you've got this nice, really kind of classy, not too gold, not too yellow, you know, gold color here, and then a nice eggshell up here, black, and then that burgundy throughout. Just a really beautiful coach. Your Dominic is, of course, on a full extension slide. And they did do this so that you could have your slides open and still have access. And of course, this was a feature that was added by the customer. So this coach, when it was ordered, only came with a Dometic slide prep. You couldn't get the whole refrigerator as an option on the build sheet from the manufacturer. So they did go ahead and pay for that pretty pricey upgrade for you. And then right here, as you can see, very smart, just a nice place to put your leveling jacks down onto, so you know that those jacks have always been very well taken care of. And then you got your 1,000-pound weight rated full extension slide. This coach was a sale to us, so it was not a trade, which leads me to believe that this client is probably no longer RVing, which is why they're giving us so many cool supplies to go with this coach. You can see the rear ladder is back here, stowed away. And we could all take lessons on how to organize and what to bring from this owner, because this is just really cool. You even get your RV rug for out front that matches. And as you can see, these are 60% extensions, so they do give you full coverage. I've got my phone has been ringing off my arm. So your phone rings on your arm these days. Since I'm late for my video this morning, everyone's calling me after my 11:30 spot's over. So again, another 43-inch smart TV, Bose sound system, 110 outlet, 2 USB charging ports right there. There's one of those 360 cameras as well as your side docking lights. And then another full slide. And then these are your outdoor awning controls. So if you are in a windstorm that just comes up out of nowhere, you don't have time to run in, you can actually close your slides or your awnings from out here, which is pretty nice. And then our infamous corkboard setup here with top shelf for all of your good booze, and down below all of your mixers. Or you could hang in there your tire shine and RV tools. I'm always ready for a party, I gotta say. And then of course the beautiful Ventana logo. This is your drive axle, so this is gonna have 4 wheels or 4 tires on it. This is going to have a passive tag, which does have a pin that releases and allows it to tilt, giving you a very small turning radius with a lot of rear end support. So as you can see how far forward this wheel is towards the front, that is your turning radius. This is simply support for the back end, support for that big 8.9 liter ISL that's in the back here. Over here, if you were in a Dutch Star, this would be a dual filling station for your DEF fluid. It's only a single fill station, but it's on the driver's side, which is pretty convenient. The Freightliner chassis, of course, is really easy to see. And then as you can tell, this coach has not been PDI'd yet, but see that little Oasis guy? See how this is below that fill line? They need some Oasis juice. If we tried to do hot water in this coach right now, or even hydronic heat, we would not have any of those things functioning without a little more juice, because that float center would be registering that it was empty. Another camera, the other half of your ladder, another camera, so there's two back here. One's for overhead, one's for seeing down towards your hitch assembly. Like I said, I mentioned, I don't think that this client is going to be RVing anymore, so you've also got the Blue Ox extension all set up here for you. Of course, this does have your brake system already set up, and that's going to be part of this brake sync package. And as I mentioned earlier, let's go to the shade over here, Jody, so we can just see this a little bit better. I do have all of this information printed for you. So this is also going to tell you about brake sync, drive tech, which is a steering wheel controls, ultra steer, and then V-Ride. So all of these features are on this 2021 spec sheet for you. It also will tell you everything about your engine, that L9, 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. Then also your GCWR, 45,600 pounds for GVWR, for instance, 100-gallon fuel tank, 13-gallon TEF tank. And like I said, it's a single fill, but it takes so much longer to fill up your diesel anyway. The DEF is just it's cheap and it's fast. This one has about 3/4 of a tank. So it's nice that you've got a gauge out here that you can look at. You don't have to go inside to look for that. And then this is that wonky compartment that I always like to talk about. You get that luxurious lawn chair that has like the footrest. You know what I'm talking about, Jody, right? Like the one you see at the beach in Miami. You stick that right there. One thing about this coach too that I was noticing earlier. I was just gonna say about how easy let's see. So these are slam latches. There we go. Yeah, all these doors are actually pretty easy to close. And that's something that we didn't really fix until 2023. So, well, I shouldn't say fix, we just made it easier. If you want this, it'll probably be gone when you get out, but I'll tell you the one thing to note about this is that clear elbow. Whenever you go to get a gravity hose, always make sure you get a clear elbow so you can make sure all of the waste is out of your sewage compartment when you empty it. But look at how tidy that is. The regulator for the water hose is on there for your freshwater supply. It is on a power reel. You do have a hot and cold outdoor shower, which is of course really a nice feature. And then as you can see, a very big, very easy to see water bay here with a whole house water filter as well. These doors, as soon as I say that they're really staying closed very easily, they're all gonna, there we go. But I mean, hey, listen, a one-shut wonder, that's pretty amazing for a 21. Obviously, like I said, I really feel like this customer's probably spent a lot of time in this RV making sure it's working correctly. You've got your power cord on a power reel, as well as your surge protector, your cable connect if you would like to have cable in your coach. You can run those both through this little grommet here. And then, I know we talked about it earlier, but this little Oasis guy, he would be mad if we turned him on right now because he needs some more juice. But that is going to give you tankless hot water heat as well as hydronic heat in your coach. And then this little guy here is just another view of that nice carpet that comes. These all come out they're full 60% out on this side as well. There's that top half of that ladder. So if you do need to get up on top of your coach, you can. I don't know. I don't go on top of my coach, but you could if you wanted to, for sure. So this does have the upgraded battery option. So this coach is fully electric. There's no propane on board. So instead of having 6 AGM batteries, you have a total of 8 daisy chained together. These are all 6 volts. So 800 amp hours of battery power. Again, dual fill, 100-gallon tank. And then, of course, the brains of the operation up here. And then this little guy here is the release that gets you into your 8-kilowatt quiet diesel generator, which of course was running our air conditioners earlier. Here's one of those side cameras. I don't know why that guy's popped up. There we go. But so there you go. And then I think, you know, I've been trying to get gen hours off of these. Does that say 115? I can't see. There you go. Let's write down it right there.
Yeah. Yep. 155.
155 gen hours. I mean, that's really low. It also had the optional hot water line to the front compartment to clean those bugs off. And the one thing I'll say about this little guy here, there's a little hole that it goes into right here, but when you close this, you just want to do it nice and easy. There you go. Because you don't want to knock that little rod off so that it gets hung in the bay. I do that from time to time. And when you go to open it, it'll hurt your finger. That's fresh from last week's Dutch Star video. Okay, stock number 5U241080. Again, 5U241080. If you are a guy or a gal looking to get out on the road and you want a really nice RV that would be completely camp ready and kick-ass, ready to rock, this would be it. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in very sunny, very beautiful Frederick, Colorado. Please let me know how we can get you on the road and camping. Thanks so much.